12 years behind the scenes taught me something most passengers never discover. Your suitcase isn't what gets you detained anymore, your phone is. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Liam, and if you're new here, grab a seat because what I'm about to share could save your next trip from turning into a nightmare. I've helped thousands of passengers plan their vacations, and I love my job because I get to hear your stories, your dreams, and your bucket list plans. But here's what living in the travel industry teaches you. I see the mistakes before they happen. I watch security protocols evolve. I notice new checkpoint technology rolling out. And I hear which passengers get pulled from lines, detained in windowless rooms, and sometimes denied boarding entirely. Today, we're having an uncomfortable but necessary conversation about the 5 apps on your phone that could destroy your vacation before it even starts. And if you're a senior traveler, my absolute favorite passengers, you're particularly vulnerable because someone well-meaning probably installed things you don't understand, creating digital landmines you're carrying through federal checkpoints. Let's talk about why data became the new contraband. For decades, we worried about packing liquids properly and removing sharp objects. That playbook is obsolete. In 2026, information is the security threat. Intent is what they're hunting for. And your smartphone contains a complete map of your intentions, connections, and behaviors. I've witnessed a massive surge in electronic device examinations, especially at international borders with Customs and Border Protection and during secondary screenings triggered by that dreaded SSS marking on boarding passes. They're not just scanning for weapons anymore, they're profiling your digital life for red flags. Here's what makes seniors particularly vulnerable in this new landscape. Many of you have grandchildren or helpful nephews installing apps to make life easier without explaining the footprint those apps create. You download tools to manage arthritis pain or track family locations, never realizing these innocent choices can trigger interrogation lasting hours. So grab your reading glasses, find a notepad, and put your phone on the table. We're conducting a digital audit right now. I'm walking you through 5 specific app categories that seem completely harmless but light up security algorithms like fireworks. Before we dive in, let's establish critical context so you understand exactly when your phone becomes vulnerable. TSA agents checking IDs at domestic podiums aren't scrolling through your Candy Crush scores. Those officers in blue shirts scan for physical threats, explosives, weapons, prohibited items. They cannot legally force you to unlock phones, read messages, or browse photos without probable cause and warrants. But step over to Customs and Border Protection officers wearing different badges, and the entire rulebook changes dramatically. CBP operates under what courts have established as constitution-free zones at border crossings. They can demand device unlocking without explanation. They can scroll through years of photos without permission. They can analyze social media history without warrants or specific suspicion about criminal activity. Seniors often get targeted for these examinations, not because agents suspect master criminal behavior, but because you're frequently victims of digital compromising and carry unsecured devices that expose vulnerabilities. So what exactly triggers their interest? Let's examine app number 1. And this category surprises people constantly because it involves something increasingly legal across states. The natural remedy apps that federal agents treat as trafficking evidence, cannabis and CBD locator or delivery apps sitting on your phone, are digital billboards announcing federal contraband possession. I know what you're thinking. CBD cream helps your arthritis, or recreational marijuana is completely legal in your state. Here's the hard truth that are destroying travel plans daily. Airports are federal property. Airspace is federal jurisdiction. California, New York, and Colorado legalization means absolutely nothing once you pass security checkpoints. Federal law still classifies cannabis as a controlled substance. Apps like Weedmaps, Leafly, or Ease that are designed to locate dispensaries or arrange deliveries tell officers one thing: this person possesses or intends to possess federally prohibited substances. I watched this scenario destroy a lovely older couple's trip just months ago in Chicago. They returned from vacation and got selected for random bag inspection. The officer found nothing initially, but asked the gentleman to unlock his phone to verify his itinerary. One swipe revealed a folder packed with dispensary locator apps. The entire interaction transformed instantly. Agents assumed interstate trafficking operation. They dismantled that luggage piece by piece, every sock, every pill bottle, every zippered compartment. They brought drug detection dogs over. The couple missed their connection. They endured public humiliation, and the investigation found nothing because he wasn't carrying anything. The apps alone provided probable cause for the entire ordeal. My advice is unambiguous: delete them completely before traveling. You don't need hometown dispensary locations while flying. If you need to locate one at your destination, use a web browser in private mode after arrival. Don't keep these apps installed. They're probable cause sitting in your pocket. This applies equally to CBD, even hemp-derived CBD that's technically considered legal. It still creates suspicion of intent that authorizes deeper investigation. Travel with a clean digital slate. App Category 2 looks less dangerous, but creates possibly worse security nightmares: vault or hidden photo apps. You might use these to secure credit card photos or keep medical procedure images private. These apps often disguise themselves as calculators or utility tools, but typing specific codes opens secret folders. To trained security professionals, these applications scream one message: "I'm hiding illegal content." When officers scan devices using software that analyzes phone architecture rapidly, Vault apps illuminate like Christmas displays. In law enforcement perspective, people using calculator Vault apps are typically hiding child exploitation materials, terrorist communications, or financial crime evidence. If you're a 70-year-old grandmother carrying a calculator Vault app, you've just profiled yourself into a category containing extremely dangerous criminals. You might simply be protecting your password list, but they won't know that until they interrogate you for hours. I watched a retired teacher get detained at London Customs for 4 brutal hours because her grandson installed one of these to help secure her banking information. Agents demanded to know what the vault contained. She couldn't remember the password because she rarely opened it. The situation became a bureaucratic nightmare over nothing. If you need data security, use built-in phone features like iPhone's hidden album feature with biometric locking or Samsung's secure folder. Never use third-party hide-it applications. They appear incredibly suspicious to agents trained to find threats in digital behavior patterns. App number 3 attracts tech-savvy seniors who value privacy. But VPNs and Tor browsers catastrophically backfire at airports. I personally use VPN services and think they're excellent for protecting data on coffee shop Wi-Fi. But certain VPN types look extremely problematic at border crossings. I'm specifically addressing free ad-supported VPNs and Tor browsers used for accessing the dark web. If customs agents see Tor browser on your device, they immediately assume you're purchasing illegal goods or accessing black markets. There's virtually no casual, legitimate reason for ordinary travelers to carry Tor browsers. With VPNs, the situation becomes more nuanced. If you're traveling to countries with strict internet censorship, China, parts of the Middle East, or even just transiting through them, having visible VPN apps on your home screen can constitute actual crimes. In some nations, obscuring internet traffic is illegal. Even returning to the US, if agents see VPN services running, they wonder what communication you're trying to hide from authorities. My recommendation: if you don't understand exactly how your VPN works or why it's installed, maybe your nephew added it for watching Netflix content from other countries, delete it before flying. At minimum, bury it deep in folders and ensure it's completely disconnected approaching checkpoints. You never want to appear technologically evasive. The airport goal is transparency. You want to resemble a boring tourist, not a cyber hacker evading surveillance. Think about the visual message your phone sends when officers glance at your screen. App Category 4 is arguably most dangerous for seniors, not just for TSA reasons, but for your comprehensive financial safety. Remote desktop and screen sharing apps? I'm talking about AnyDesk, TeamViewer, or Quick Support. Listen very carefully to this section. These apps are legitimate tools used by IT professionals for remote computer repair. However, they're also the #1 weapon used by scammers stealing money from seniors. Scammers call pretending to be Amazon or Microsoft, instructing you to download AnyDesk so they can fix the refund issue. When sharp security officers see the AnyDesk app on senior citizen phones, they pause immediately. Best case scenario, they're worried you're being trafficked or scammed and intervene with questions, causing significant delays. Worst case scenario, they believe you're part of a money mule operation, moving funds or data for criminal organizations unknowingly. I've watched security agents ask seniors who controls this app, and the senior responds, "Oh, a helpful man named David from bank support." That response signals tragedy waiting to happen. But from pure security threat perspective, having a remote access tunnel into your device represents a vulnerability. If you have these apps installed and you're not an IT professional using them for legitimate work purposes, delete them immediately. Pause this video right now and check if you see TeamViewer or AnyDesk and don't know why it's there, trash it. It's a security hole you're carrying across international borders that could get you detained for hours while they investigate whether you're a victim or accomplice in financial crimes. App 5 differs from others. It's not illegal, but it causes so many checkpoint delays that agents audibly groan when they see it. I'm talking about outdated or third-party airline booking apps. These are random, cheap flights for you or budget air tracker apps that haven't updated since 2019. Here's the scenario that unfolds constantly. You reach the TSA document checker. The agent requests your boarding pass. You open this third-party app. It tries loading, it crashes, it loads an advertisement for a mobile game. You tap the X button. It finally displays a QR code, but brightness is too low or the code format is incorrect because the app is garbage. The scanner won't read it. The line behind you starts sighing audibly. The agent grows frustrated. Now you've become the problem passenger. The agent must manually type your information, which puts them on high alert. They're scrutinizing you more closely now, wondering why doesn't this person have a legitimate boarding pass? Is this a fake ticket? Are they trying to board fraudulently? I've watched people get pulled for extra screening simply because their digital documentation appeared sketchy. The fix is simple. Download the official app of your actual airline, Delta, United, American, Southwest, or use Apple Wallet or Google Wallet features to save passes directly to your phone's native system. Delete the junk booking apps. They drain battery, steal your data through questionable privacy policies, and fail precisely when you need them most. They make you look disorganized and suspicious when you should look prepared and professional. There's dangerous misinformation circulating about what authorities can and cannot demand. Let me clarify the legal reality. If you're a U.S. citizen traveling domestically within the United States, you have strong Fourth Amendment protections. TSA cannot demand phone unlocking just for entertainment. They need warrants or probable cause. However, they can ask you to power devices on to prove they're working electronics and not hollowed-out bomb casings. If your battery is dead and it won't turn on, you're not flying with that device. Charge your phone. But when you travel internationally, everything transforms. When re-entering the US, Customs and Border Protection has incredibly broad authority. They can demand your passcode, they can scroll through content, they can copy files. The legal debate continues, but current precedent heavily favors border agents. So, what should you do? I recommend a strategy called sanitizing for travel. Think of your phone like your house when guests are coming over. In this case, the government is your guest. You clean up, you put dirty laundry away. Before leaving for major trips, back up your phone completely to cloud services or your computer. Remove the clutter. Delete the 5 app categories I mentioned. Look through your photos critically. Do you have photos of credit cards, social security cards, or passport pages? Delete them from your camera roll immediately. If you lose your phone, that's identity theft waiting to happen. If you need copies, store them in secure encrypted password managers, not sitting next to your cat photos. Log out of accounts. If you have social media apps or email accounts you don't absolutely need for the trip, log out. If agents open your phone and you're logged out, they're less likely to demand login unless they have very specific suspicions. Here's a crucial technique I use personally. It's called lockdown mode, or disabling biometrics temporarily. When walking through airports, you're often exhausted. You might nap at gates. If your phone opens with Face ID or fingerprint, it's remarkably easy for someone, a thief or aggressive official in foreign countries, to force your device open by holding it to your face or grabbing your thumb. In US legal systems, there's ongoing debate, but courts have generally ruled that passcodes are protected by Fifth Amendment rights as something you know, while biometrics are not protected as something you are. Physical characteristics can be compelled. Passwords in your mind cannot. When I travel through sensitive areas, I disable Face ID completely. I make it require typing my 6-digit code for unlocking. On iPhones, you can trigger this temporarily by holding down the power button and volume buttons simultaneously for several seconds until the emergency SOS slider appears. Hit cancel. Now Face ID is disabled until you type your password. Do this before entering security lines. It adds layers of legal and physical protection to your data that could make the difference between maintaining privacy and forced access. Let's pivot to apps that actually make you safer and keep agents happy. If you want to breeze through TSA and appear professional, you need the official TSA app called My TSA. It's genuinely useful. It displays real-time wait times at your specific airport. It has a Can I Bring search bar where you type items like knitting needles or hearing aid batteries, and it shows the official current rule. Having this app on your phone actually signals to security that you're a compliant, prepared traveler who respects their authority. If you get into disputes with officers about whether your medication ice pack is allowed, opening My TSA and showing them their own published rule is the most polite and effective way to win that argument without confrontation. Now let's address social media apps. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Are they checking these? Not usually during routine screenings, but be incredibly aware of location services. I see so many seniors using apps like Life 360 or Find My Friends to share locations with entire families. That's fine for safety, but ensure you're not sharing location publicly on Facebook or Instagram. Checking in at airports with posts like heading to Paris for 2 weeks is basically sending notifications to criminals that your house is empty. It's not a TSA issue specifically, but it's a serious safety concern. Furthermore, if you're traveling to countries with political unrest, having social media apps becomes genuinely dangerous. In some nations, they scroll through your Facebook feed at borders to see if you've posted anything critical of their government. If you're politically active online and traveling to sensitive regions, I highly recommend traveling with a clean phone, a burner device that has nothing except maps and emergency numbers. Many seniors tell me, "Oh Liam, I deleted the app, so it's gone." Remember this crucial fact: if you have iCloud or Google Photos enabled, your data likely remains accessible in cloud storage. However, for border search purposes, agents usually examine what's physically on the device at that moment. By deleting the app icon, you remove the visual trigger. If an agent picks up your phone and sees solitaire, whether Delta Airlines and maps, they're bored. They put it down. You move on. If they pick it up and see Vault 66, Tor browser, Weed Maps, and AnyDesk, they're intrigued. They start digging deeper. The fundamental goal of travel safety is being boring. Be the most boring digital person they've ever encountered. I want to share a bonus app hazard story that illustrates hidden dangers. Messaging apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, and Signal are excellent for staying connected without paying international texting fees. But check your settings immediately. Many have settings called autosave to camera roll. This means every meme, every weird video, every political cartoon your eccentric uncle sends in family group chats gets automatically saved to your phone's permanent photo gallery without your knowledge or consent. I had a passenger stopped in the Middle East because he had inappropriate images on his phone. He had never seen them. They were automatically downloaded from a spam group chat on WhatsApp. He nearly went to jail over content he didn't know existed on his device. Go into WhatsApp settings right now. Go to Chats, turn off, Save to Camera Roll. Do not let other people populate your phone with content you haven't personally approved. It's a massive liability you're carrying unknowingly. Let's recap the action plan for your next trip with a comprehensive checklist. Delete the substance apps, no dispensary maps, no delivery services, nothing suggesting cannabis or CBD use. Remove the vault apps, no calculator vaults, no AnyDesk, no TeamViewer or remote viewers. Hide the privacy tools. If you don't strictly need a VPN, delete it or bury it deep in folders. Update the essentials. Ensure your airline app is the official current version and fully updated. Check your photo gallery. Delete images of sensitive documents like credit cards, social security cards, passport pages. Sanitize messaging apps. Turn off autosave on WhatsApp, Telegram, and similar platforms. Lock it down. Disable Face ID and Touch ID before entering customs halls or security checkpoints. I know this feels overwhelming. I know you might think I'm just a grandmother visiting my daughter. Why do I need to feel like a spy? It's not about being a spy. It's about recognizing that our phones have become extensions of our brains. They hold our money, our memories, our secrets, our entire lives. And when you travel, you're taking that complete life history through security checkpoints managed by people whose job is being suspicious. By cleaning up your phone, you're protecting your privacy. You're ensuring misunderstandings don't transform into missed flights. You're taking control of your digital identity. And honestly, isn't it nice to delete some of those apps anyway? They clutter your screen and drain battery. Think of it as spring cleaning for your peace of mind. I want you to travel with confidence. I want you to walk up to that podium, hand over your passport, and know that if they ask to see your phone, you have nothing to worry about. AR are prepared. You're safe, you're in control. In my next video, I'm covering the new 2026 carry-on rules regarding powders and food items. Yes, they've changed again. And yes, your protein powder might get confiscated if you don't pack it correctly. You absolutely don't want to miss that critical update. Thank you so much for trusting me with your travel safety. Please take 10 minutes today to audit your phone thoroughly. Ask your grandchildren for help if you need to, but explain why you're doing it. Tell them, Liam said it's a federal safety issue that could save you from detention. Stay safe, keep your digital life clean, and I'll see you on your next trip.